What's up, you guys? How you guys doing? And today I just want to speak my mind on how I feel. Just thinking about society, the world itself, and how the world is so divided against itself. Like how everything in the world is just broken pretty much into several pieces. You got different religions, different political groups. You got apparently several different genders and sexualities. In this world, it's so easy to be lonely because this world is so separated. It's so rare to find unity in a world that is so filled with just division and then hatred towards one another as well. Like, there is more hate in this world than love. And that's the truth. Not a lot of loving moments is shown. If you compare all the loving moments you've seen and all the hateful and evil things you've seen in this world, you would see that hate and evil outweighs all the good you've seen. As if the evil isn't worse enough, there's the news reporters that exaggerate it and make it even worse. They exaggerate these stories, they sell these stories. If I really think about it, people market off of evil. They do. Instead of actually trying to help and solve the world's problems, they market off of it. They make money off of it. It's actually very sickening. It is. It really is. This whole channel thing, or my whole channel, this whole community I have here, where I give people advice, where I help people, where I pretty much share my thoughts and stuff like that through the social media. And I want to get this straight. I would say a majority of social media is evil, but when I say a majority of social media is evil, I'm talking about the use of social media. What people use social media for usually has bad intentions for a majority of the time. But there is good uses to it as well. Like, the way I'm using social media right now is not only to help people, but connect with people. If social media wasn't here, I would be in a rough spot right now. Because this whole experience, this whole channel is therapeutic for me. This whole channel. Because I have a family at home. I got a brother and a sister and a mother and a father that don't talk to me that much. And when I try to talk about something I'm feeling inside, or a feeling I have about the world, or just my feelings in general, they don't have that patience to listen. But they can tell me, like, I'm worrying about the wrong thing. I need to focus on myself, that I'm too focused on everything else in this world. I'm letting everything else drive me crazy, you know? That I'm focusing too much on what's outside of me and that I need to focus on myself. Living in an environment where my feelings are not validated but more so dismissed. Even my parents told me I need a therapist. They think I need some mental help. I actually decline that. Some people need therapy. I don't believe I do. I don't believe in paying somebody to understand me, to have the patience to listen to how I feel, what's going on, and everything like that, because I believe I should be able to get that for free. The only thing I will really be paying the therapist for is a diagnosis, because that's something that is pretty much I'm not aware of or I do not know. That's basically what I will be paying him for. Everything else he's doing, talking, understanding me, giving me advice, helping me, that should be free. Because we don't even have a lot of that in the world. The fact that there's a lot of people in therapy right now that probably shouldn't even have to pay for it, but they had to at the same time, because they didn't have that person there to really help them, have the patience to understand them, to really hear them and listen to them. They didn't have that, so they had to go and pay for therapy. There is some people that are mentally ill as well that need therapy, you know. But besides all of that, living in a world where people pretty much try to take attention off of what's real, and it makes them feel uncomfortable confronting actual problems. I believe in not antagonizing people, but coming to people with compassion. And I mean that's all people, even people that are wrongdoers and everything. Because I'm a person, I'm a human. You know, I know not everybody is perfect. And I'm not saying go soft on evil. That's not what I'm saying at all. Or for people who do wrong on this earth that they don't deserve punishment. That's not what I'm saying either. A lot of time, what we think is right is not really right in this world. If a man or a woman were to go outside in some revealing clothes, insinuating certain body parts, Let's say to them that was just right, but let's say to God it would be just wrong, that people should just more respectively, more modestly. You don't have to try to be beautiful. If you have to put an effort to be beautiful, then that means there must be something that's not so beautiful about you, that you have to try to be beautiful. Because for me, look what I'm wearing right now. I'm just wearing a hoodie and some pants, and that's it. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm not trying to show out. I'm not that type of person. And I know people are different. Some people feel it's a necessity. Some people were brought up in that kind of home to be ladylike or dress some type of way. A lot of these teachings that this world does is really backwards sometimes. Instead of teaching you have to do this and that and dress like this and that if you want people to notice you or notice how beautiful you are, you should be teaching them how to be beautiful in the inside. You know, you should be teaching them how to accept other people, how to respect other people, how to appropriately look at people, how to see people not as an object, but as a person. A lot of parents, including my own, just slack. And I respect parents, I do. I'm not saying I hate my parents. I'm not saying anything like that. My parents raised me from the time I was a baby to now. You know, obviously they loved me, but there's some aspects of them that they're just refusing to change. They don't really listen. I want to say they run from their problem. They sweep a lot under the rug. They don't really solve any arguments. It's pretty much like, hey, you believe this, I believe this. You know, I'm not gonna fight about it anymore. Let's just move on. Most of the time, that doesn't even work. Because since there is no compromise, since there is never understanding, that thing is gonna still be in the back of that person's mind. Until the next time they argue, then that will be brought up. That usually happens. Anything somebody puts off comes right back around like a frisbee. You thought you threw it away, but then it comes all the way back around to you and right back in your face again. That's how a lot of people handle problems. They sweep it under the rug. They throw it out. They don't address it. They don't come to a compromise. And I feel like that's one of the most immature things ever. Like, to be honest, I don't even recognize my own brother and sister. I get emotional when I look back in the past, when I look back at pictures, because I don't even recognize them now. They're so influenced by the internet, I wouldn't even consider them my brothers and sister now, because that's not the way they act towards me. They're like a stranger. A lot of times they have friends who get them into something, and they're being influenced by those friends, and then they become toxic. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have families where we feel like the outcast, and we feel like our family is just lost. And it's sad to look at because I want them to be better. Not for me. This is not a thing where I want them to be better for me, but I want them to be better for them. I don't have an idea of what they should be like. I didn't even have an idea of what I should be like. I got the idea of what I was gonna be like. I literally got it from the Bible. I saw all the things about love, about being righteous, about standing up against all that's evil. I looked at Jesus as an example, and I was like, he's a pretty good example of what a person should be like. Loving, compassionate, wise, humble. That's what I want to strive to be like. And I would even say now I got a long way to go. But you know, as long as I got my eyes set on the right example, I feel like I will be just fine. But my brother and sister, they look at Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and they see all these influencers, and those are their examples. You know, they'll be seeing Kanye West or whatever other celebrity that's in the news right now, and those the people they start to follow and keep up with, and they look at them as examples. You could imagine what kind of a headache that is. There was a lot of times that I think, hey, I don't even want to exist anymore. There was a lot of times like that. Because I would look in this world, and this is when I had a negative mentality. I would think, this world is pathetic. My family is pathetic. I'm not gonna make it anywhere. Like, just kill me. Like, make me not exist. That's how I was feeling. Like, I can't stand it. I'm lonely, I don't get it. I don't get it. And there's people in this world that try to make you feel like less of a man, less of a woman because you don't live like them. There's people that have toxic masculinity trying to teach you about how to be a man. The ego these people got irritate me. I know the internet is full of tempting things. I want to say there is pits There is pits all over the internet that people fall into. Pits of lust, drugs, everything on the internet. There is pits. There's pits of people promoting marijuana or tobacco or vaping. There's pits of people promoting sex and nudity all over the internet, on apps everywhere. These places where they have you around a whole bunch of people who are selling themselves out, who are giving in to these desires that are toxic, that are damaging, that lead to destruction. These are pits on the internet, and they're all around. Reddit has a lot of pits. Twitter has a lot of pits. YouTube has, every social media, especially TikTok, has a lot of pits to trap your mind, to trap your mentality, and to keep you from developing into a great individual, to keep you from following the truth. I even want to say, when you love anything too much, including yourself, that's bad. You're probably thinking, why? Because we begin to take pride in everything we do. We begin to do reckless stuff and think it's right and not care about anyone else but ourselves. We begin to become selfish. Now, I'm not saying, hey, so should I hate myself? No, you shouldn't hate yourself, but you should know when to be humble. I want to let you guys know that this is who I am, and I'm never going to stop doing this right here. And that's spreading truth, spreading love, trying to help people, and grow closer to God as well. I love you all. God bless you all. Bye.